Hello everybody and welcome back to my 2008 season here on F1 2014, driving as Robert Kubica, and today we have the Hungarian Grand Prix at the Hungaroring. God, that's hard to say. Let's check out the championship standings before going into qualifying. Robert Kubica took back the championship lead with victory at the German Grand Prix. He's 1 point clear of Kimi Raikkonen, 2 points clear of Felipe Massa and 7 points clear of Lewis Hamilton, with Heikki Kovalainen almost within a race victory of the championship lead. So close together. Sebastian Vettel picked up his first points of the season at his home Grand Prix at Hungaroring. Nobody in the second half of the championship has scored points as of yet, but I expect that to change because of the new realistic damage mod and of course the changes I've made to the car performances. Ferrari leading McLaren by 16 points going into round 10, with BMW Sauber a distant third place. Let's jump into qualifying. Here we are in qualifying where there is no rain in the air. There shouldn't be any rain for the race either, so that's good. Dry weekend. Let's get out on track. Right, there we go. Rich mix. Let's start pushing. And we got traffic. It's Giancarlo Fisichella, and is that one of the Ferraris? It is. It's Kimi Raikkonen. Going into the second half of the season, we're now the championship leader, so maybe a little bit more pressure on our shoulders than before. Heidfeld at 22.3, so that's the provisional pole. Never mind. Felipe Massa 21.6. As across the line we go at 22.7 as the tyre is just still warming up. We're second of a drifter, Felipe Massa, who in real life at this track in 2009 had his horrible accident, didn't he? And he was never really the same after that one. Down on our previous best through the first sector by just over a tenth of a second. Let's see what we can do in the second and third sectors. Ah, brilliant. Purple through the second sector, up by 5 tenths on my previous best. Sebastian Bourdais going quicker than me, so I definitely need to find a good chunk of time. Can't be qualifying behind a Toro Rosso. And that will be a huge improvement up towards the line for Kubica, and across it we go at 21.7. And it's about 3 tenths slower than Massa, who set another provisional pole time. We're in third place. That's Raikkonen, who's just gone into second place, so I'm shuffled down to fourth. That's what life's about, being happy, and right now I'm feeling pretty good. So. Yeah, it was Hamilton who went quicker than me. He's just shy of Felipe Massa's provisional pole time, as we're halfway through the session now. Kubica sitting in 5th place ahead of Trulli and Glock. Heidfeld, my teammate, down in 9th place as it stands. And new soft tyres on the car as we have about 5 minutes left in the session. Robert Kubica wants another pole position. If we do get pole position, I think that'll be our 4th pole of the year. So 4 poles for the pole of Kubica. Warm the tyres. 1 more 4 tyres, Kimi. 1 more 4 tyres. And Robert Kubica about to start his next flying lap. That felt pretty clean through the first sector. Is it actually a good time? It is. Well, it's green. It's green, so it's up by a quarter of a second on my previous best. That's great. Oh, no, we're around. Kubica around. And he's out the okay, he's out the session. Cool. And unfortunately for Kubica, too much curb on the inside, a bit of grass, and around he went. A soft touch of the barrier meant no wheels left. So there's no pole for the pole. Felipe Massa on pole, ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Heikki Kovalainen in the second, McLaren in third, followed by Raikkonen. The top 4 separated by just over half a tenth of a second. Kubica on his own there in 5th place, clear of Jarno Trulli and his teammate Timo Glock. And Nelson Piquet Jr., the lead Renault on the grid, in 8th, ahead of Nick Heidfeld, my teammate. Sebastian Vettel makes it 3 Germans inside the top 10. Fernando Alonso and Bourdais will line up alongside each other on row 6, and then it's the 2 Red Bulls who collided at the German Grand Prix, Webber and Coulthard. Nakajima ahead of Nico Rosberg. Don't know why Kazuki Nakajima is this good on this mod, but he consistently outperforms Rosberg. And it's Barrichello ahead of his teammate Button. Anthony Davidson, the Super Hungarian, 19th, with the Force India of Suttle alongside on row 10, with Sato and Fisichella getting his best result of the season, an 11th place finish last time out. He lines up in 22nd and last place for today's race. Right, it is race day. Let's hopefully do better than we did in qualifying. There is no rain, and it is a one-stop. It's a 70-lap race. It's a huge, mammoth race in terms of race length. And we're starting on the softs to lap 32 for the hard tyres. Without further ado, let's get into it. No way Jarno Trulli does what in his cup? Well, there's only one more thing to do, and that's go racing. The 2008 Hungarian Grand Prix is next. 70 laps in front of the drivers. Can Kubica climb inside the podium places? Can he challenge for victory? 5 lights are on, and we are underway here for the 2008 Hungarian Grand Prix. And it looks to me that Jarno Trulli's got a better start than Kubica, and he has. He's going to take that 5th place away down towards turn 1. Up front, it seems the lead has been maintained by Felipe Massa as Kubica losing out big time into turn 1. Don't know how we lost that many positions under braking. Nick Heidfeld was trying around the outside. Timo Glock momentarily got through. PK Jr., is he challenging Kovalainen around the outside of turn 2? No, he's not. Instead, he's going to give that inside line to Robert Kubica, who's trying to regain some places he lost. Kovalainen has lost out, though, to a couple drivers, including Jarno Trulli in a Toyota, who's up inside the top 5. The Italian runs in 4th place. Oh, so close to Kovalainen. There was contact there as well with the Finn. Kubica and Kovalainen, not the first time this season they've gone wheel to wheel and battled it out. But this time they're not battling for 1st place, they're battling for 5th place. And you would have noticed by now, watching the video, there is a new sound mod available, which I've downloaded. The V8 car sounds, I think they're just ported from F1 2013, but they suit the car so much better than what we had before. Also using the realistic damage mod, but toned down a little bit from what we had in Germany. I don't really want to see 11 or 12 drivers retiring every race, but if it's about 5 or 6, I'd be happy with that number. Or habit. No, that's where I lost it in qualifying. Keep it out the wall. And Kubica bottling it here. He's going to fall all the way down, I reckon, to 2nd to last place. And he has. It's 21st. So we've got to start all this again. 21st position. Going to take a while to climb all the way up the grid again. We're not last, though. Fisichella's last. I imagine he's been through the pit lane. I was going to say the Minardi driver then. He's definitely not driving for Minardi anymore. He is in Force India. There we go. Force India driver. All the way down at the back. Hamilton has the fastest lap early on, but Massa still leads the race. I think the top 3 starting to pull away from 4th place Jarno Trulli. I really got to be careful with the curbs in this middle sector. I do not want to repeat of what's happened already twice this weekend. If it's anything like the German Grand Prix, a lot of retirements will happen when drivers are getting lapped. Even though saying that, the German Grand Prix featured retirements between teammates, when they're definitely not getting lapped by one another. I'm not really sure how they happen. On the back of Takuma Sato on the exit the first corner, should be a very easy move for Robert Kubica. He'll dive up the inside into turn 2 and into 20th position. Anthony Davidson right now ahead of Jenson Button. So maybe he's in contention for the Honda seat for 2009, dare I say it. Davidson's not really done much in his F1 career thus far. But it's always good to turn up at a track like Hungary, a very technical circuit. Really exposes the driver's abilities. Good thing about this track and this race being so long is that we don't need to rush these overtakes. One by one they'll fall and hopefully we can still get back up inside the top 5. That's the objective given by the engineers now that we had that mistake. We need to get a top 5 in this race to salvage something from the Grand Prix. Getting close to Jenson Button here. Maybe we can overtake him around the outside of turn 2. That's a bold move. It's done in real life many times. I mean, we've done it here on F1 2008, so F1 2014, I suppose. We're into 19th place. A run here on Anthony Davidson, the British driver, is about to be passed here by the pole of Kubica into turn 1. That's another move complete. There is a bit of a gap between Davidson and the car ahead, which is Sebastian Vettel. But Vettel is in a train that stretches all the way up to about 8th position. So it's 2.8 to Vettel in front right now as we started lap 10. We're not setting electric lap times. We're not the fastest out there, but we're setting consistent lap times. So eventually, we should be able to catch up. Massa with a 24.2. That's the fastest lap. My fastest is about half a second off that. So like I said, we don't have electric pace, but it's not anything bad. It is, however, taking quite a while to close up to Vettel. We're on the back of Sebastian Vettel now, so we're making progress. Just need to work our way through this traffic. Maybe around the outside here of turn 5 could be an option. Not quite, but definitely a possibility in the future. To the inside for the chicane though, turn 6. Up the inside of Vettel. I'm just going to force him wide. He's held on to the place. Never mind. Hungary is such a difficult circuit to overtake at. I know I'm much quicker than the trainer cars in front of me. I just can't get through. Whoa, broke so late into turn 1 and Vettel, I think, thought I was about to hit him. So he lifted off. This is giving me a chance. I've got to take it. Surely to the inside for turn 2. Thank you very much, Vettel. That was very, very passive from the German and allowed me to get through without any contact. The leaders are very far ahead, yep. The leaders are already deep in the first sector on lap 19 and I'm just starting the final sector on lap 80. So that's the distance we have to try and close. Getting so close to Nakajima. Oh, I was thinking about very late send there into turn 1. Right, the race engineer has told me I've got to start locking in here. Otherwise, there's no points on the table today. We're on lap 21. I've made little to no progress. I've decided to start locking in. Maybe a very risky move into turn 4 could be on the cards. No, I'm going to play it safe. Maybe around the outside of turn 5. If I can get close enough. Oh, there's not enough grip there. And it's a driver diving into the pits. I think it's the one and only driver going into the pits, though. Actually, I think a few drivers are going into the pits. So I'm going to climb from 17th place up to 14th position. Get a good exit out turn 1. Put it into rich mix. Down towards turn 2 we go. Nakajima defending that inside line, but it's no use, mate. Up the inside goes Kubica and into 13th place. The train is sort of broken apart now, and this might give me a better chance at overtaking drivers. Up the hill on the exit turn 5 to the inside for the chicane on Rubens Barrichello. That's going to be another move for Kubica. I'm having to be a bit more aggressive, of course, and use up more fuel. And that's P10 into the pits. It seems to be one of the Red Bulls. And another driver ahead of him also into the pits. We should be inside the top 10 now. We've got Sutherland and the Force India in front. That is essentially the slowest car on the grid. So if I can't overtake him quickly, what hope do I have today at the point? Oh, closing in on Sutherland. I'm fancying a dive bomb into turn 1. I'm going to go for it. Why not? Late on the brakes from Robert Kubica, and what a move that is. Into 9th place we go. Massa 24 flat with his latest fastest lap. I have some fresh air to drive into, so hopefully I can sort of match that time. 24.4. Yeah, we're only about half a second off Massa. As well as that, I think some of the leaders were on a 2-stop strategy. I'll just check now. So Massa, Raikkonen and Hamilton all been into the pits, and Kovalainen as well. Massa still leads the race. Hamilton and Raikkonen 6th and 7th, with Kovalainen in 10th place. It means Jarno Trulli's 2nd and PK Jr.'s in 3rd, but we're yet to stop. They could be on a 1-stop today, but we know the Ferrari and the McLaren boys, they're on a 2-stop, and that actually might screw them over. But unlike Germany, by this stage of the race, we still have everybody in the race. We're about 10 laps out from half race distance. Like I said, though, I believe the lapped cars is when the chaos is going to ensue with the realistic damage mod. We do have Kovalainen right behind me now after his pit stop. The McLaren driver on much fresher tyres than the BMW Sauber in front of him. We're 3 seconds behind Alonso as well, so that's the gap I'm trying to close down right now. Alonso just pulling away. It's 4.6 now to the Spaniard. I really don't have much more to give. The tyres are actually quite worn, surprisingly. Well, we're holding up Kovalainen, which is good. Still outside the points. Still about 5 laps away from my pit stop, I think. No, never mind. 2 laps away from the pit stop. Those fresh tyres can't come soon enough. Yeah, Kovalainen must be really annoyed right now. Ironically, in real life, Kovalainen's one and only victory came at this track in 2008. The 2008 Hungarian Grand Prix, which Ron Dennis then said over the radio, first of many, Heike. I don't know why he couldn't pronounce his first name correctly, even though he was a driver of the McLaren team. And it was definitely not the first of many. Kovalainen is the Alonso to my Petrov at Abu Dhabi 2010. Massa just set a 23.7. I set a 24.7 as it's lap 32, so we're boxing at the end of this lap. I'm definitely not as quick as I was just 10 laps ago, as Alonso's just been pulling away from me. We're going to box from 9th place for our one and only stop, putting on the hard tyres, and that releases Heikki Kovalainen to try and push into some clear air. Let's just hope my pace is good on these new tyres. And that's Fernando Alonso into the pits as well. And he's not going to get held up by the BMW Sauber of Kubica, who stops on his marks. New tyres on the car. 3.7 second stop, and away we go. And away we go here. We're in a little bit of clear air, but I can see a train of cars in front of me. We're out in 14th place. Ah, look at that. Kovalainen fastest lap now that he's got a little bit of clear air. I was really holding the Finn back. I don't care. He's my championship rival. I had to do what I had to do, really. So it's a Ferrari 1-2 right now with Massa leading Raikkonen. Hamilton in 3rd, a distance clear of his teammate Kovalainen, who is now up to 4th place. Everybody has had a pit stop now. Okay, slightly concerning is my lack of pace on the hard tyres, sitting in 14th place. Webber in 13th, about 5 seconds up the road, and I'm not really catching that quickly. Yeah, 25.1, that's like 2 seconds off. I'm running out of laps here. Webber is pulling away from me. I can't get any more pace out of these tyres. I'm half tempted to just put the softs back on. I feel like I'd make up a pit stop in that time that we have left in the race. Never mind, the 23.7 on that lap when we're actually focused and we are gaining on Webber. We just need that every single lap. Yeah, now we're setting some personal best laps. We're gaining by a second a lap. We need this for the next 28 laps if we want to score some points. And now I think we're encountering some traffic up ahead. as we have made a position up because there's a driver in the pits there. We had a few drivers in the pits for their second stop. I wasn't aware they were actually boxing for a second time. So we're up to 10th place. Only 2 places behind the points now as we put a lap on Giancarlo Fisichella. Still half tempted to put the softs on for the last 20 laps and really start to push. Right now, I don't think I'm fast enough to climb into the points on the hard tyres. If I put the softs on, yes, I'm going to lose track position. But I feel like I can make up the time. Boxing here for the soft tyres. It's going to be a 20-lap stint on the softest compounded tyres we have. Kubica pushing to try and make it back inside the points. And we're going to rejoin here. I believe we are going to lose 1 position to board A. Down to 11th we go. There's a train of cars coming down the main straight now. Are we ahead of them into turn 1? Yes, we are just about side by side. It's Coulthard and Webber, the 2 Red Bulls battling away. And we're in 11th place, so we only lost 1 place. Now, time to push. Massa, 22 flat for his fastest lap. Okay, this is our first full flying lap on the soft tyres, so let's see if I can match that time. It's 22.1. We're 1/10 off the fastest lap with that one. I think with this pace, we could make it into the points before the end of the race. Just got to clear board A as quick as possible, preferably in this middle sector. Oh, we got so much more grip than the Frenchman. And to the inside for the chicane, it should be a nice, easy move, and it is. As 10th place then, we've regained the position we lost through the pits. Now we await to see the gap to Fernando Alonso. 26 seconds to Alonso. That is the target. It was about 25 seconds the last time we went across the line. 23.7. And so 22 flat. We're almost getting the fastest lap with that previous lap. Somebody's got a puncture. I've just heard over the radio. Was that Kimi? And there's been a driver retiring from the race. 2 drivers out. And with those 2 out the race, it's Glock and Heidfeld who have retired. We're going to be up into 8th position. Setting really good times. 22.1 to Alonso. 16 laps to go. It's going to be tight. 18.9 to Alonso. Really starting to cut into that gap ahead. A load of back markers in the way. Gained by 2 seconds on that previous lap. That rate, I will catch Alonso before the end. Hopefully he's close to a few drivers in front of him as well. Putting another lap on Fisichella as not early. Oops. Robert Kubica sets the fastest lap of the race. I just saw a wing on the floor, at least half a wing on the floor on the exit turn 4. 11 laps left of this race. We're making good progress. Almost within 10 seconds of Alonso. We need 1 more retirement up front and Bourdais will get his first points of the season. 21.7. A beautiful new fastest lap of the race from Kubica running in the rich mix. That'll definitely help me. We have a lot of traffic this lap though. Oh, Button, mate. Please get out of the way. Get out of the way. Thank you. That kind of works. Soto! Move! Gap is now under 10 seconds to Alonso in front. We have about 8 laps to go. That's a new fastest lap of 21.3. Wow, we're quick. 7.7 now to Alonso. And now only 3 seconds to Fernando Alonso. It's going to work. We're going to at least get 7th place in this race. 21.0, new fastest lap. We still have a +2 on fuel. So I feel like I could just run Rich Mix all the way to the end here. I was about to say blue flags let me through. But no, this is Alonso for position. Excuse me, Mr. Broadbent, Mr. Jimmy. Will you take part in my F1 Challenge League, please? And there's a move on Alonso down the main straight into turn 1. Alonso brakes later, but Kubica sends the car up the inside, and that is 7th place. 4.2 to Kovalainen, who's the driver in front. Kovalainen is spending so many laps stuck behind Kubica in his middle stint, has really harmed him. He's not even best of the rest today. 4 laps to go, 3 seconds to Kovalainen. And maybe there's some drivers nearby Kovalainen for position as well. I did say the race engineer, after my spin, wanted a top 5 finish. That was the objective going towards the end of this race. And right now, maybe it's on the cards. Oh, that is not a lapped car ahead. That's for position. That's for position. I see a Toyota in 5th place ahead of Kovalainen. Come on, guys. 3 laps to go. We've got to catch him. Well, I'm so happy we took the gamble to switch to the softs late on. We did lose a load of time, and I'm sure some of you watching would have thought, what the heck is he doing? But it's working out right now. Right in the back of Trulli and Kovalainen in the battle for 5th place. Set this one up around the final corner. Look how much more grip I've got than Kovalainen. Rich mix enabled as well. Can't pull out the slipstream yet, though. He's got such great straight line speed in the McLaren. I'm going to send it. I'm going to send it into turn 1. Under braking we go. Kovalainen spots me coming, and through goes Kubica. Can he keep the position? Yes, he can. Now we have 2 laps to overtake Jarno Trulli to achieve our engineer's dream of a 5th place finish. Tyres are looking kind of worn. Rears, of course. Just lighting up those rears on acceleration zones. Maybe up the hill into the chicane. We could make a move on Trulli. No, not quite close enough. I'm essentially pushing him round these corners in the middle sector. That's how much quicker I am compared to the Toyota. He's having himself a really nice weekend. As we push the Toyota around that final corner. And on the exit, we're going to be side by side, are we? No, we need more of that slipstream again. Down towards turn 1. It's going to be another late send like I did on Kovalainen on the previous lap. Under braking Kubica into turn 1. Not close enough. Contact there. Can we set it up for turn 2? That's the question. Much better exit. Maybe that's because I hit Jarno Trulli. No space to the inside. Maybe around the outside of the Italian through turn 2. What a move that is from Robert Kubica as Felipe Massa wins the race. We're up to 5th. A very difficult race. Moments in that race I thought we weren't even going to score points. But the inspired decision to put on the soft slate on means we come home in 5th position. What a victory from Felipe Massa, who wins by 42 seconds ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Kimi Raikkonen completes the podium, so there's no change in any of the podium order there. It's just Ferrari and McLaren. Nelson Piquet Jr. best of the rest in 4th place. 2 seconds ahead of Robert Kubica. If we put those softs on a couple laps earlier, we could have got 4th place, but there we go. We have to just take what we're given. Jarno Trulli, Heikki Kovalainen and Fernando Alonso completing the points. Unfortunately, none of those drivers dropped out the race. Otherwise, we would have seen Sebastian Bourdais, maybe even Mark Webber getting their first points of the season. But those drivers just missed out in 9th and 10th place. David Coulthard, 11th, followed by Nico Rosberg. And then we have the rest of the drivers finishing the race. 2 retirements today, and they were both German drivers. Timo Glock in the Toyota and Nick Heidfeld in the BMW Sauber colliding mid-race. Unfortunately, it did not bring out a safety car. And it means there is a new driver at the top of the championship. Felipe Massa's dominant victory today sees him lead ahead of his teammate Kimi Raikkonen. Robert Kubica has dropped 2 places down to 3rd, and Heikki Kovalainen, unfortunately for him and all his fans, seems to be slipping further and further adrift. The only change in the second half of the table is both Red Bulls, because of their 9th and 10th place finish today, or 20th and 11th I think, have moved up positions, and Sebastian Bourdais ever so close to getting points today, but unfortunately did not. Ferrari now 22 points in the lead ahead of McLaren, and then it's BMW Sauber 52 points adrift now. Toyota and Renault still pretty close together. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and if you want to, why don't you check out YouTube channel memberships? Anyway, I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.